gentlemen, I stand before you today deeply upset and deeply concerned about the direction we are heading when it comes to brain injuries and more specifically CTE. This isn't just an issue for professional athletes, but for every child playing sports, from a high school coach and for every parent who allows their child to take the field. We all know that CTE is real. It is a life-altering condition that stems from repeated head injuries, and we've seen it devastating consequences it can have. Whether it's through the helmets they wear, or the training they undergo, or the research that we so desperately need, we must protect our athletes, our children, and ourselves. CTE is real. It is not going away until we take real action. But here's the thing. Our leaders, those positions of power, are failing us, aka Donald Trump. In a shocking and irresponsible move, Trump's administration's 2026 fiscal budget proposed the elimination of critical funding for CTE and also traumatic brain injury research and education. But what does this mean for us? It means that the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, will lose its agency responsible for the TBI research, including the $8.25 million embarked for research into brain injuries and public education about concussions. This is a significant rollback of the progress that we have made. We are talking about the very agencies and programs that have helped us raise the awareness, helped develop prevention programs like Heads Up, and helped improve care for people suffering from head injuries. The loss of these resources is a step backwards, a dangerous, harmful step backwards. Let's be clear about this, guys. CTE is not a disease confined to the NFL. Not a problem for the elite few on who play on Sundays. It affects children and teenagers playing high school sports in general. It affects all players, kids playing sports. It affects athletes from all across, from soccer to hockey to rugby, and is something that affects us all, whether we're players, coaches, or fans. The idea that we are underfunding the very research that could lead ways to prevent or even cure CTE down the road is irresponsible. And let's talk about long-term effects of CTE. It is just not about a single concussion or a few bumps on the head. It's about the lifetime of reoccurrence of traumatic brain injuries. CTE is a life sentence. No, it is worse than that. It's a life of physical, emotional, and behavioral challenges. It destroys families, it destroys careers, and it destroys lives. We cannot and must not allow this to happen. And to make it worse, the recent moves to cut funding to the TBI research and the programs that educates coaches, athletes, and parents about concussions risk are only going to make the problems worse. How can we expect to protect the future generations when it's dismantling their very tools we can to save them? So I say to you today, we need to fight for more funding, not less. We need more research, not less. We need to invest in protecting our lives for those who will face head injuries in their career. And we need to demand that those empowered step up and make brain injury research a priority. We must hold our lawmakers accountable. We need the CDC to continue its vital work with concussion prevention programs like Heads Up. And we need to ensure that it is just not about one-off programs or incentives, that there are consistent long-term funding for the TBI research. If we do not take a stand now, we risk rolling back decades of the program. We risk allow more children, more teenagers, and more athletes to face a lifetime of suffering. CTE is real, and we must protect our future, our athletes, and our children at all cost. Cue that intro.